gentlemen, your host for tonight's show.
Here, I'll break it over your. I'll break it over your head.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You're a real crumb bum.
See, these guys are all the same.
With filthy mouths and bad attitudes.
The Crumb Show.
Play every word of it, Crumb.
I come walking out of a bar with a prostitute.
You can't just lie and cheat and break the rules you don't like.
Get away from me, you crumb.
Friggin' wise ass.
Who are these crumbs?
Some shady characters.
You're a goddamn disgrace.
Put that on camera, Crumb.
Welcome to the Crumb Show.
Welcome to the Crumb Show. I'm your host, Fats Ciccarella. This is Jesse Marchese, Chris Reynolds, and Jerry Joe Pesci.
Here at the Crumb Show, we get into the crumb side of life. We're all crumbs in one way or another, let's face it. So let's laugh about it and see what happens. What's going on with you guys this week?
Well, I got a topic I want to talk about. It's on the food-related topic.
Uh-oh.
I love lunch meat.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I hate when lunch meat gets wet.
Oh, wet ham?
Yeah.
The worst.
But there's a certain someone, I don't want to say his name, or because I can't even say whatever. They like wet lunch meat.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
It's gross.
I only buy lunch meat from certain places because I don't want to get it wet. And shout out to Corporalese. If you get lunch meat there, you got a good 2 weeks. And 2 weeks is a long time for lunch meat.
Right.
Yeah.
They got a good honey maple turkey with some Havarti cheese on rye.
Right.
Woo!
Everything they got's good.
Yeah.
The rolls aren't the best, though. Everything else is the best there, but not the rolls. Conshohocken Bakery, shout out. Best rolls. Best rolls. Hands down.
Yeah.
Well, you can't leave Collegeville Bakery out if you're talking all the bakeries.
Yeah, Collegeville Bakery has good rolls, good cheesesteaks. Oh, my God. They have some shit up there that I never heard of before. I never had it either. Breakfast pizzas.
Yeah, I've had breakfast pizzas. They sell them. In like
the frozen joints,
like frozen ones at Walmart.
No, these are big pizzas with eggs and bacon and all that shit on it, like a big pizza.
Right.
Got my attention. Keep going.
I mean, I don't want.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know, I don't want to crush your thing there, but the Collegeville, they stole it from Walmart. Huh?
I seen the little frozen ones. I don't think they would be good though.
They're good. I had them.
I would think the eggs would get watery on them.
You don't like your fucking eggs watery either?
I like my eggs hard, cooked hard. I tell when I go to diners, I say scrambled eggs, cooked hard. If I see them liquidy or moving, send that shit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But no, if you put it in the oven, the eggs are already not runny. They're just heating. They just get heated up, so they actually are perfect. I had like damn near like a whole breakfast pizza not too long ago. I'm not proud of it, but I ate the whole fucking.
How big are we talking?
I'm saying it was a nice size.
Like a 16-inch pie?
Yeah, not 16. No,
12?
12.
12. Good pie.
I like regular pizza for breakfast. Left out on the oven overnight.
God, yeah.
Just grab it, hard and dry. Cup of coffee.
Well, I go to La Roma's every morning.
Yeah.
And $1.50 for a slice. Red top. He insists the red top of the day keeps the doctor away. And he's always that's his thing. He loves to say. So I
humor. Was the pizza any good?
Pizza's not bad.
The Roma's?
Yep.
I never liked their pizza back in the day.
And I haven't had it in years either.
I get a cup of coffee. John Wayne style. He calls it.
What's that?
Black.
In the 80s, they had killer white pizzas, but I haven't.
They don't. I never saw him make a white pizza. He has the red top, and then he has a regular.
Right, because they're not going to make that for slices. You know what I mean? Because nobody probably gets it. It's probably like as you order.
This place I go to, they have good. They call it Grandma pizza. It's thin pizza. It might be kind of like sauce on top, but then they have barbecue chicken, balsamic, some shit with balsamic glaze and vegetables, like 5 different kinds. I'm like, What kind of crumb is ordering this shit?
Yeah.
Who wants this pizza?
I went to a pizza shop one time. They had big ziti pizza.
Get the fuck out of here.
What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Who wants big ziti on pizza? I mean, I like big ziti. It's not one of my favorites, but I don't want it on fucking pizza.
Who wants pasta on pizza?
Nobody. Well, there are some
Spaghetti.
but not this guy.
Some people do.
Not pasta on pizza. No. What's your favorite topping? Do you have a topping you don't like on pizza? Like you'd be like
Onions.
"Ugh."
I don't like onions on anything.
I fucking love onions.
Hate onions.
Onions on pizza is fucking good.
You ever have fried onions on pizza?
Yeah, you get some sweet
Yeah.
onions on a pizza, boy.
Red onions. Red onions are good on pizza.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't really like any toppings cooked. I don't like cooked.
You're a plain
olives.
Jane guy?
I'll eat pepperoni, sausage, shit like that, but I don't like onions cooked.
Yeah, pepperoni is.
I don't eat mushrooms unless they make me see shit.
That's my favorite topping on pizza. Mushrooms and sausage is my favorite pizza.
That's a good topping.
Yeah.
There's some good toppings. Mushrooms and sausage.
I feel like you gotta.
That's a solid one.
I feel like you gotta. When your toppings have to go together. Like if you get sausage. Then I'm contradicting myself. I like sausage and mushrooms, but like sausage and peppers, sausage and mushrooms. You're not going to get like sausage and hamburger or sausage and pepperoni. People do.
Yeah, it's
but it
too
doesn't
much.
go.
Sorry, folks.
It's too much.
Guy's name is Fats, so we're gonna talk about food for.
Last week, my son orders 2 pizzas. One's a meat lovers and
listening.
one's like chicken lovers or some shit. It's too much.
What's a chicken lovers?
I didn't. Might have been barbecue.
Meat lovers are
A chicken lover? I met
That's
one of
in
those guys.
Louisiana.
I met a chicken lover before.
I
Really love about
I
it.
thought you meant a meat
That's
lover.
a different story.
You ever fuck a chicken?
You got to grab them from behind the wing so they
No,
can't
he
get
says
away.
you said you start fucking them and you gotta snap their neck, right? And then they.
That's why I don't eat Popeyes.
That's why I don't eat Popeyes. Louisiana Fast took on like a whole new thing, and I refuse to eat Popeyes anymore. I don't know what they're doing in Kentucky to their chickens either, but they.
Good.
Yeah. As long as I don't know, I'll eat it. If I don't tell me.
Popeyes chicken fingers.
I'll tell you what.
They're good. That's good. That's good stuff.
Kentucky Fried Chicken got the best French fries.
That's
didn't know they
crazy
made
talk
French
to me.
fries.
That's
I didn't
crazy.
What, out of chicken places or everybody?
Everybody.
Better than McDonald's.
That's what I was gonna say.
Better-
He says because McDonald's is what would you say?
McDonald's is the best.
McDonald's.
When McDonald's fries are fresh, nothing
best,
better.
the best.
Now when they're not fresh, they might not be the best. When they're fresh, they're the best. Wendy's is close.
Wendy's is
got
good.
Wendy's good, but not McDonald's golden oranges.
You know why
Who we
McDonald's?
kidding here?
You know why McDonald's fries have that specific taste that nobody else can really get? Because when people switched over from vegetable or from animal fats frying their shit and animal fats to vegetable fats, it lost something. So McDonald's start putting some shit in there. It's called beef tallow. I would imagine it's just like a bouillon cube type shit. To get that taste, they put it in their French fries and their
And they
hash
spray the
browns.
shit with caramel coloring so that when they come out of the fryer, they look like.
Get the hell
I
out
swear
of
to you. I swear. It's not a lie.
Where
I
are
had
you
a-
getting your information from?
I had a book when I was younger of all the secrets, industry secrets. It told you the KFC
Maybe for
recipe.
commercials. But you know damn well that them people are not spraying
No,
anything
before
extra on there.
Yeah.
when it comes in the pack at the factory they spray. the shit.
Oh, okay.
They do some weird shit.
They ain't doing it at the fuck.
Cheeks told me one time that he read something, an article somewhere. I forget what article he read. And I believe Cheeks because I believe he did the research. That like these pizza shops, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, these big ones, that the tomato sauce, the tomatoes aren't even called tomatoes. They're like
They're tomatoes.
they're cloned. They're called like Z742. They're like cloned tomatoes. They're not real tomatoes.
Right, like mutant type shit.
But Papa John's is pretty good. Out of all
Specifically
chains,
for the
Papa John's is
industry.
pretty good.
Yeah, I like the
I
little
disagree.
pepper.
No.
I
I
like
think
the
they're all
pepper.
shit.
The only thing that makes them good is they're dipping sauce in that little
They got the best garlic
sauce.
dip.
Oh my
They're
god!
Because,
I
yo,
got a fucking
Little
boner right
Caesars has a garlic sauce. It's disgusting. It's just
Not lying.
it's just a fucking glob of some kind of fake ass butter with garlic. It was disgusting.
now. Who's that?
Little Caesars.
I don't mind their pizza.
I
don't mind their pizza, but their fucking little sauce, it's
Oh, yeah,
disgusting.
yeah,
for $5.
But that's not $5 anymore. Come on now.
I thought it was. That's how long it's been since I had it.
Yeah, well, COVID and all that. Went from,
goddamn COVID.
I remember we were at the Eagles one time. I walked down there all liquored up and brought back like 5 pizzas.
Yeah, I remember that day. Yeah. That's when they were $5. Yeah.
I'm not mad at Little Caesars. I mean, they're actually coming up in the world. I think they're like the official pizza of the NFL now.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because ever since, and I guess Papa John, he had some.
Yeah, he
said some things we don't talk about.
What did he say?
Car.
I don't even know.
What did he say, Chris? I don't know.
Yeah.
What happened to Papa John?
I don't know.
What did he say,
Chris will
Chris?
tell us.
It's Shaq. He owns this shit now.
Shaq owns it?
I think
Papa
so.
John's?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think he owns it, but he's involved. I think he's on the board or something.
He's up there.
Well, a lot of them guys, like Peyton Manning owns like 20 some of them. Same thing with Cinnabons and shit like that. Like J.J. Watt bought a bunch too.
Do you remember how good Pizza Hut used to be when you were a kid?
Well, it was the best. It still is the best. The problem is you can't get it.
They don't deliver.
Let me tell you something, though.
There's not even a Pizza Hut no more. Nowhere in the town.
Well-
like the one in East Norton shut down. The one in up by
Ain't there one in Trooper still or no?
No, that's the one that shut down.
Yeah. But you know what? It's not the same anymore. It's not like it was when you were a kid. Because Pizza Hut, like next morning, you say pizza in the morning, that was like the best.
Yeah, that was the best.
It's so disgusting. Leftover Pizza Hut pizza in the morning, it tastes like you're eating chemicals or something. Like it's not the same. Like going
So
to
you've tried this a couple times.
Remember to sit down Pizza Huts back in the day?
They're
cool
still
diners?
around, but you can't find them.
Let me know. I'll travel.
Yeah, well, I actually passed by a few.
Really?
Legit,
In Pennsylvania?
In Pennsylvania, legit sit down Pizza Huts.
Oh my god!
Probably not with the video
Coke
games. I don't know if they got the red Coke glasses. Most of them are. It's like a fucking drive-thru.
Sounds like a Crumb road trip to me.
I'm down.
Yeah.
We will be filming that. Definitely.
So and then
I feel bad for kids. They'll never experience a Pizza Hut sit downs.
I mean, it's not. I guess there's other things they could probably feel worse about, but
I used to get excited about going to Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's a different time.
the one that was up by Ports of the World.
and this
back in
is
the day?
why you had to go through.
Remember they had Book It? You read
Yeah,
about it?
oh,
You
yeah,
got a
you
little
could-
personal pan pizza.
I never did it though. I used to steal the pencils of other people just to say I lied and say I did it. I would tell my mom, "Look, I did it." 'Cause I never.
I
Lot of
stole a whole
crap.
book of them and went all the time.
No, but you're right. It was a good time to go into a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, if you want to,
But when we
talk
were,
about being old, like going into the mall, every department store had a restaurant.
Woolworths Diner.
You could go into any store and had a restaurant in it. Back in the day, everybody smoking,
yeah,
walking around smoking.
I remember Kmart had a
Yeah.
cafeteria in it.
yeah, they did.
Everybody had it. Everybody, and then Little Caesars started. Like I think
Even Ports of the
Started-
World had them.
Yeah, they had a little. That was a nice
Everybody
diner.
had
That
one.
was classy, man.
The World Cafe.
I used to love going to stores with my mom because she would buy lunch for us. You know, get a hot dog or especially a Woolworths hot dog back in the day. Oh man, there was 2 hot dogs that day. One day in my bun and one in my pants.
Me and Jerry went to a Woolworths in the Bronx and had lunch at the counter
Never been to the Bronx.
in the early '80s.
That must have been clean living though. Wow, Woolworths
was-
in the Bronx.
It was not clean living.
That was the best vacation we had as children, believe it.
not bad, not bad.
Side switch here, or switching topics here. You said something about Book It. I'm 45 years old.
And still can't read.
I've never, ever read a book in my life.
No?
Are you fucking joking?
I started a book, never read a book to completion. I read one half a book. That was it. My whole entire life.
Man,
And my oldest son is an avid reader. Like
that's what shocked.
has half his apartment filled with books.
So
I can't. I start reading, and then I'm like, "Fuck! I don't even know what the fuck I just read on the other." I forget what I read, and then I'm like, "You know what? Fuck this." I don't know. Do you guys read?
Oh yeah, I've read some books a couple times.
I have to be.
I've read a handful, just mostly movies though.
I read a lot of Playboys back in the day.
Yeah, you weren't doing much reading.
Nah, a lot of looking.
Does comic books count? Because I You know,
I've read comic books. I've read
comic books. Yeah, I've read.
But I don't think they count as like an avid reader.
Like even at school,
man,
you
reading
didn't
is
have
reading.
to read books for school. Like we had to read The Outsiders.
Never.
How
To
did you get
Kill a
through all that?
Mockingbird.
I didn't. That's the thing. That's why I didn't graduate.
I read a lot of comic books, and I learned a lot of shit, because one of them I read was based on the World War II. Nick Fury from the Marvel shit.
Yeah.
Well, he was at a World War II
Not a big
comic.
Marvel guy. But...
Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos.
loser.
But they, a lot of history and a lot of stuff. And matter of fact, the other night on Jeopardy, it was about the Enigma machine, the codes the Nazis had and shit.
Yeah.
I learned about that from comic books. Got fucking Final Jeopardy.
There you go, avid reader.
Speaking of Jeopardy, you three guys are fucking nerds, man. Like I've never seen people know more answers to Jeopardy than you three fucking nerds.
These guys are way more.
I'm lucky if I know like the first name of one question through the whole night.
I don't even know how I know half of the stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Is it your fault? God blessed you with looks.
we've been
and
hanging
not
out since we were
brains.
like 15. Like I don't know how you guys know this shit. Like
We've
I
been
don't,
watching it our whole life.
but still, I don't know how you guys know all this shit. It's like you guys were born with this information in your brains.
Some of it you would think,
Little
but you
bit.
don't know where it comes from. Except like the Enigma machine, I specifically remember that.
Yeah. I think of a lot of weird shit, man. Like, I was with my wife's family one time and I was talking about stuff. Let's talk about animals. This is a topic that. Okay, there's millions of animals in this world, right? Deer, squirrels, buffalo, whatever, right? All over, every country has animals. Every country has millions of animals.
Amazing
right?
creatures.
Some Caribbean countries don't have large animals, but they have small animals. Okay, so when humans die, right? You take our bodies, we go to the morgue, we go to get buried, right? If not, you'd be walking around and there's just be dead bodies laying everywhere, right?
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
Why don't you see dead animals everywhere?
Because they get eaten.
Okay. You mean to tell me every animal in this fucking world that dies, right? Nobody ever sees one just keel over? Like you don't see an old man squirrel just walk right here and just fall over and die?
I've never seen a
No,
dead.
because they go places to die.
But,
They
okay.
know when they're gonna die.
How many times have we walked in the woods and never seen a dead animal that hasn't been killed?
Well, think about it. Like
I think I stumped your
birds.
brains. I seen a bunch of open eyeballs.
There's a lot of scavenger animals that like they rely on those dead animals.
I just don't think it's possible. Dude, there's billions of animals in this
In the
world.
woods we were walking in, we would have a better chance of finding a dead junkie than finding a dead deer.
Yeah, I've smelled.
Shout out Ray
dude,
Brower.
You can smell the dead deer.
Yeah,
like,
shout out
from,
Ray
like, a-
Brower.
Y'all see a dead body?
But you could like I've seen dead deer a million times. Obviously, not just on the side of the road, but in and they
You seen dead deer
half eaten.
in the woods.
I've seen it.
Did you ever see did you ever see a wild animal like say if an old man fell over and died in front of you, right? That's more likely to see to happen, right? My mom's seen an old lady die at her job about a month ago.
No shit.
Yeah, I'll get into that in a minute. But like say an old man deer walking down the street.
Right.
Sorry, it's called a buck. You never seen one just, I'm 90 years old, because there's no morgue to rush that guy.
No,
to.
because like Jerry said, and just like even I've had animals my whole life, cats and shit. You'll find them motherfuckers somewhere like under something or behind something because they go somewhere
To die.
I don't believe it.
Like an elephant.
What the hell do you?
Elephant
where?
will walk
I think
hundreds
there's
of
some
miles.
kind of weird shit going on around this.
Like
this
what?
world.
Let's see.
I don't
what
know.
What do you think's going on?
I don't know. Just like death.
This is
I
what
thought about-
happens
I
when
thought
you
ab-
don't read books.
I thought about death, and I was watching some movie, and they said the same thing I believe happens when we die.
What?
I believe you never experience death. We all die eventually. Everybody's going to die, right?
Right.
But you never experience yourself. So when you die in this world, but you'll wake up in a dream, so in another world as another you somewhere. So you never get to know, people say I'm scared to die because I don't know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen because you'll die, but you'll wake up somewhere else as somebody else.
It's an alternate.
Does that make
universe.
sense?
Yeah, like reincarnation.
I really
type
believe
shit.
that happens. That's what happens. I really believe that's what happens. And I believe that's what happens to these animals. Now, where these animals are going, because I'm still on this planet after they die, is a mystery. Aliens?
Well, the animals have been here before us and they'll be here after us.
Shout out to the dinosaurs, which I don't know if I believe in that either.
Well,
What?
now
Oh, Lord.
here we go.
Lordy.
But listen, dinosaurs are still around.
Yeah.
Crocodiles,
Show me. Oh, shit.
alligators.
Oh, come on. They're not
turtles.
dinosaurs anymore.
They are still.
They look exactly
They
the
are
same.
still part of that.
Where's the T-Rex? Where's the rhinoceros?
Well,
whatever his name is?
this isn't
A rhino.
Well, they were all too
historical
big.
show here, but let me tell you, they all had feathers. None of the dinosaurs that they show, none of them look like they actually did.
The T-Rex didn't look like a T-Rex?
No, because they all have feathers. They were all winged, kind of.
So you're
they
saying we
weren't
all came from
flying,
birds,
but they
then?
were all like they all
Not
had
all of them.
A lot of them had feathers. And
Yeah.
a lot of them looked different.
Read
a book.
A chicken is a dinosaur. A turkey is a dinosaur.
So we're told to believe.
They
But
have
if-
fossils and
But
bones and shit.
if you're a religious guy and you're going by the Bible, that doesn't talk about dinosaurs.
That's
when
because
the-
it's all bullshit.
But how do we know? How do we know what to believe in?
Because they have 100% perfect fossilized animals.
So they tell us.
Well, some of them are.
People find them.
Look, some of them are bullshit though, because
Yeah, but I can
find
make a
them.
bone and buried in the desert.
listen,
You couldn't make a bone if you took 2 Viagra and a Blue Chew.
in Japan they had a dinosaur that was going to go on Christie's auction, but they got people up in there and they realized
Was he gonna
they were-
speak?
They were fake. They were fake bones and it was going to be like the most perfect T-Rex or whatever. But they found out, like experts came up and said some of those bones were not real. So, yeah, there is a little bullshit behind everything, but there were dinosaurs.
Don't get me wrong. I want to believe. I want to believe in something. I want to believe either the freaking Bible or the dinosaurs or aliens. But I can't let myself believe because I need fucking hardcore proof, bro.
Dude, stick with the dinosaurs. If that's not enough proof for you, then you need to move on to something else.
What about aliens?
Eh,
Are they here?
we don't have no solid proof.
There's solid proof of dinosaurs.
Well, I've seen proof,
We're
but
just
how do we
starting
know
to see
that's even
video.
real?
We're just starting to see video now, but there's no actual physical proof that we can see.
I heard that they're not actually from outer space; they're actually from the ocean.
I seen some shit before about them flying straight into the ocean.
Yep.
I
I've seen
just
videos.
recently, some dude said he has seen that shit. The shit I seen on, I seen on Discovery Channel, History Channel. They were talking about the Pacific Ocean, but this dude was a Navy pilot over the North Atlantic,
The Mariana Trench. That's where
somewhere
I bet
around
you
it. That's
that
out in the West Coast, I think, right?
It's like the deepest part of the ocean or something.
Yeah.
They got because there's the deepest part of the ocean. No man has been because they can't even go down that far.
Right.
That's what I don't understand. Like everybody wants to explore space. All right, you nerds like
Yeah,
that
fuck
shit.
space.
Fine, but basically the same technology. It's all just pressure, right, and temperatures.
Yep.
Control. So if you can go a fucking billion miles into space, why can't you go
1,000
10
feet. Or
I
whatever.
want to know why
miles
the only
down in
time
the ocean?
people talk about when they used to talk about aliens, like first thing they talked about is how they got a probe up their ass.
Yeah.
I got a theory about that. It's a modern day.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Raw.
I would like to hear the
Wonky.
theory about why people were so adamant about getting a probe in their ass by the aliens, and that's how they did. That's how they determine everything.
Let's hear it.
All right. Well, recently, right, there's been a study that
The old
Are we talking
Torrington.
about probing here?
The old Torrington.
listen, it'll all loop together.
All right, here we go.
Recently, there was a study, right, about all the microplastics that it's in our blood. Babies are just born now with microplastics in their blood, and over the years, and I don't know who did this study.
Is that like plastic particles?
Yeah, microplastics, like
That's talking.
tiny shit
Damn,
you
I
can't
must-
even see. Tiny pieces of plastic you can't
Okay,
even see.
got you. That's talking my language, yeah.
Right. And I don't know who did the study. I don't know who was holding the tape measure, but men's taints are getting smaller.
I heard this.
Humans' taints are getting smaller.
Yeah.
Right? So keep a pin in that, right?
What how
So-
low mine is?
I got a tape measure. We'll find out in a little bit.
Right on.
Check us out on OnlyFans, folks. Crumb Show /OnlyFans.
What are we doing here?
But our taints are getting smaller, right?
Right.
From the microplastics. You have that information. Hold it. All the pictures of aliens since I remember, all are the oval head with the big eyes, right?
Yeah, I think that's bullshit.
Right. I don't think it is. That's one thing that made me be like, man, maybe there is something to this. Because before the internet, people all over the world were describing basically the same shit.
Right.
Right. So we don't know. I heard somebody say that we have stopped evolving, but how the fuck do they know? Our science don't go back that far. You know, they say like dinosaurs and shit, evolution, even with humans, 10,000 years. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck do you know right now that we're not evolving? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Maybe they do, and I'm just some crumb talking shit. Who the fuck knows? But maybe the aliens, right? Maybe there is another world that had the same basic structure as the Earth, and another life form did happen, right? Maybe the evolution of a thinking being led them down our same path. Maybe in the future, who the fuck knows? But if we still evolved, right, and with all this microplastics, what if our heads evolve into, our faces and shit evolve into what those aliens look like, right? Mm-hmm. And the way we're going now, with the Earth and staying inside anyway, maybe we'll end up being fucking gray in 5,000 years, right? So they already know the path that they took. They've been watching us since they made themselves known to us 10 years after the nuclear bombs. We dropped the nuclear bombs on Japan and did all the tests out in Arizona where Roswell and Area 51 is, where they say the shit crashed. And I seen a Discovery Channel or History Channel, one of them fucking channels. They were talking to some guy's, army dude's son. And they showed a picture, and the dude was holding up this silver foil-looking shit that they said was covering this spaceship that crashed. And he's looking up at some guy standing there. He's on his one knee holding it. And the guy's kid said he wouldn't look at the camera because it was the day after they reported UFOs and shit. So the army was trying to backpedal, saying, no, it was a weather balloon. Look at this. Right. And that dude's dad seen all the shit. He knew what it was. But he wouldn't look at the camera so the guy could take the picture. He was looking up at his commanding officer because he was following an order to do that shit. This is the kid's dad, the guy's son, right, telling him this shit. So my theory is, but then you start watching Ancient Aliens and shit, and there's a lot of things that from 1,000 years ago that make you be like, I don't know, man. Like,
are we getting to the anal probing?
Yeah,
all right.
It's all connected. I know you love anal probes.
I've been wanting to
chill.
Yeah,
wanting probe in my pocket.
But maybe the aliens are from the future and they know our life did something, so they want to come down and see why. And all them people in the 80s that were getting anal probes, they were just checking out their taints.
No, well, if you look at
they were just checking out their taints.
So there was no probe.
You got to check it from both sides. You can't just look at it. You got to.
That's how you flip them.
Yeah.
See, 20,000 years ago, or whatever the Egyptian times were, right? That's why all the hieroglyphics and all that are etched out and looks like little aliens, like people with fish legs and heads shaped like different stuff. I believe that they came back then, aliens, and made it with some of them people to be, make their like kings or whatever to
some
rule.
Goofy shit.
Now they're so far advanced ahead of us, we're no longer compatible to mate with. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason to come down here.
Speak for yourself.
You already know how we would act if they did come down here. If somebody you met at Wawa was just, oh, I'm an alien or some shit, you're crazy, we're going to kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it goes like that with everything. If Jesus was to come back, there'd be doubters and he'd be in jail or
Yeah, nobody, if you said I'm Jesus,
something.
nobody's going to believe you.
He'd be in a
Right.
state
Well,
hospital.
no, well, that's the beautiful thing, and I always say this about, and I don't want to talk about.
Because
it
he's
too
coming
much.
back riding a dinosaur.
Yeah, but this is the beautiful thing about the
With a
Christian,
shield and a sword.
the Christian
Yeah.
religion is fucking got a tight seal because they will fucking not believe shit. If the aliens came down and said, you know what, there was no God or Jesus, we did all this, they'd be like, that's just the devil.
Yeah.
Saying, just trying to trick us.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him. That ain't God. You can't tell. Like they're like, no, really, we're God. We're your God. Like
That's why I believe sometimes like religion's bullshit.
it is bullshit.
Because,
But I don't
like-
want to talk. But we're not. We don't want to discuss politics, religion, or Michael Jackson. But for this
History is just a pack of lies.
this
grown
tiny
apart.
bit, we'll do that because I understand. Because you don't want to get into too much religious.
But there's just so many religions. Like, they all, number one, they all can't be right.
It's a sin to say
So
it.
you're going to say only one's right?
They're
And
all
how do you
right.
pick one?
They're all right.
Well, I think George Carlin.
We're
had a-
all wrong.
They're all right.
I think George Carlin had a bit about different sides fighting. You know, people fighting each other. But
I heard this bit. It was
they're
good.
praying to God, and he's like, "How's your God? Your guy for this guy?"
Right.
And it's all the same.
It's all the same guy.
Yeah.
It basically comes down to all their interpretations and how you...
Regardless of whether there's a higher power or not, the Bible is a book. Got some good stories in it, some nice things to say.
Yeah.
Also, some evil shit that nobody likes to talk about.
Yeah, let's make some fucking movies about that.
Well, how to you can beat your slave, but you know you can only do it at a certain time, and don't beat them too hard. And if your wife pisses you off, you're allowed to stone her. But you have to have certain criteria, but you're allowed to stone. There's a lot of fucked up shit in the Bible. People don't like to talk about it because who talks about the bad thing?
You'll go to jail if you did any one of them things right now.
Right.
If you go out in your lawn and you sacrifice a lamb in your front lawn, the cops will be there in 20 minutes.
Right.
Yep.
I don't
You
care
know
if
what I mean?
you're
No matter what
you're
it was
making
If I was barbecuing that
gyros
motherfucker.
or gyros or whatever.
Yeah.
telling you.
Like I'm making gyros here. We can't do that. It's America.
Is it gyro or gyro?
I don't fucking know.
It's Euro.
Euro.
Oh, it's a euro.
I see somebody correct me. It's gyro.
Yeah, well,
It's a Euro, but you're supposed to say gyro.
They are so fucking good, man. You ever have one? You ever have a good one?
I don't know.
South Philly got South Street.
good,
They had
yeah.
that was the first time back in the day when I was on South Street. I had one, but a lot of people say
That's Greek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, them Greeks make good. Greeks make good pizza. Going back to the beginning of
Yeah,
the
Greeks make good food.
Greek pizza. Now I can't say because shout out to Viva Nito is the best pizza in the world. Greek pizza is pretty fucking good though.
you know how the Greeks separate the men from the boys
Oh.
How, Chris?
with a crowbar.
They say that Greeks are the ones that invented sex, but Italians are the one that introduced it to women.
Well, they say we are the best lovers.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the Greeks do make good pizza.
Yeah.
A couple places around here got
Isaac and Steve.
good
Yeah.
pizza.
Shit.
Yeah.
Remember Nick's Pizza back in Northtown
Well,
was
the
Greek.
same. Yeah, the same family. From
It's
what I've
Cosmos.
heard, Cosmos.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Cosmos. Yeah. I
And I think Olympia.
think it's a nephew or something.
I think Olympia Pizza is in that circle too.
Yeah.
And they both got
They had
great
good
pizza.
French fries.
You know
I
what
don't
Nick's
fuck with
made?
Cosmos.
You know what Nick's made good back in the day?
grinders.
Fucking grinders, man.
Yeah.
When I lived in Bluebell, my dad used to ride down there like maybe once, 2-3 months, and get grinders, man.
Yeah, grinders are the shit.
Italian
I
grinders.
knew you liked them. I knew
man.
you liked them so much because I seen the app on your
Yeah,
phone.
he really likes it.
Same with Jerry. You weren't supposed to tell anybody about that. That's my side life.
I wonder why I kept banging when we started to record.
So what do we got crumb wise? We've
Yeah.
been we got to have some kind of crumb. Somebody's got to have a person you thought about this week that you're like, oh, what a crumb.
Well, in my notes,
Yeah, and I invited him here to the podcast tonight.
Hey, I'm here every week, whether they like it or not.
well, my notes, I got stuff is just totally different topics. I don't want to keep switching topics.
Well, because it's,
I want to stay with one topics, but we went through like 4 topics.
Right. That's
Alrighty.
how we do it.
right,
Yeah.
because it's America. Nobody wants to listen to the same thing for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you got to move on. We want people to keep coming back, and so I was hoping you were going to turn that wet lunch meat thing into something dirty. But
Yeah, I was hoping.
I was like,
I
okay.
think it's real fucking crummy. They like this guy likes wet lunch.
that is a
meat
crumb
and
thing.
Prefers wet lunch meat.
I was hoping you had sex with a half a pound of ham or something.
Or a piece of roast beef or
I mean,
something.
don't get me wrong. I get hard off of nice fucking fresh lunch meat, but I ain't put my dick on it. Let me ask you guys this.
Not even a prosciutto.
No, I came to Norristown. I forget how old I was, but when I was at the old Wissahickon School District, we had swimming in school. Did you guys have swimming?
Yeah.
Norristown High has swimming, yeah.
What would happen if you forgot your bathing suit?
You had to go naked. Norristown rules.
They gave us loners,
Oh.
and they were Speedos.
No way.
Yeah,
Banana
blue
hammocks.
ones, baby blue Speedos.
Did you wear them?
One time.
Oh.
One time. I was a little fat kid with little fat titties.
Oh, man.
And I had a blue Speedo and my little
What
nub
year was
sticking
this,
out.
though?
I don't know, 80s.
Fucking 80 something.
God.
88.
You had it in middle school?
Middle school.
No, we had
Early
that
middle
high
school.
school.
Early
Yeah,
middle
high
school.
school.
Early middle school. No, I was high school at Norristown. I
No,
went to
we
Roosevelt.
had it in middle school. You went there like 2 or 3 days or something to go.
It was Hickon.
Yeah, you're right.
It was Hickon back then. The pool.
No, it's still.
Went.
I was bad and wasn't allowed to participate in shit.
Well, I was in Stewart, and I didn't get to participate in shit either.
You know how embarrassing that is?
I never got to go on any fucking field trips or anything unless I had my mom escort me and shit.
I went on
I don't want
our
her
field trips, but I would just go, not invited. Like when they were getting on the bus, I would just go and get on the bus.
I tried that one time and it did not work.
Did
I
they?
got thrown
They
right
didn't
off
figure
that
it out by the
motherfucker.
time they got there. Like you don't have a ticket.
I would have a permission slip. On
You have your
everything.
bag lunch because
Everything.
you had to bring a fucking bag lunch.
We went to some Morris Arboretum. You remember that?
Morris Arboretum. Where's that?
When we went to Roosevelt, and then they realized that I wasn't supposed to be there, and they're all mad at me.
I remember you demanding field trips and walking down to Elmwood Park.
Oh, yeah.
That was the best.
I went and
That was
asked,
high school, though.
I went.
Yeah,
and told,
yeah, it was Roosevelt. Yeah,
I went and told the principal that the teacher wanted permission slips, so we could go on a field trip. So she gave them to me. I went and handed them all to kids. Told her we're going on a field trip tomorrow. She's like, "What? We have to get permission slips signed." I'm like, "I already got them. They're right here. They're signed already. We're going tomorrow."
Jerry would stop class at 1 o'clock every day, reel the big TV, the TV card, just so he could watch Wonder Years at 1 o'clock.
And it wasn't even my class.
Miss Tatty let us do anything. Remember Miss Tatty? Shout out to Miss Tatty.
Daddy, shout out Susan.
She let us smoke squares outside too. Didn't say a word. I think I bummed one off her one time too.
People used to knock
I think it
Roosevelt.
was a Salem Light.
People knock Roosevelt Alternative School, but they actually taught you shit that you needed to survive an adult life.
Yeah.
The horticulture teacher gave me a big jug of nutrients and like how to grow weed book.
Mr. Gratz?
Because I helped him out. I would help him like
Mr.
clean
Gratz is
leaves and
man.
stuff, and he'd be like, "Look, man, here." Yeah, he's like, and I, kept it between us and everything, but
Yeah, Mr. Gratz is a man.
but I was never good at
Say
growing.
his name.
Well, I can't say his name.
Why would
you just said he gave Chris directions how to grow weed?
I said the horticulture teacher,
Ah.
and then you're like,
I had to give him props. He was cool.
you have a little meh button.
I got choked out in
Not
this class.
yet.
I got choked out in this class by a girl. She had me in a headlock, man.
All right, let's hear that story. You Crumb. How'd you get
I
beat
forget
up
what
by
we
a
were
chick?
talking. I forget what we were talking about. I don't want to say her name because she's still around.
She'll
No
beat you the
names.
fuck out.
We're not saying no names.
So I forget what happened, man. I think she was talking about beating somebody up, and I was like, whatever, chick beating no dude up. She came behind me, got me in this fucking choke lock, and I couldn't grab her. I would have grabbed her if I could, but my fat ass is in the little desk, so I'm stuck. I can't move, and she's got me in a fucking chokehold. And then Mr. Gratz looked at me, tells me I'm not going to the flower show.
Because of that?
Because of that.
No shit.
Yeah, but shout out to these other two birds that were in our class.
Yeah, since
I
you already
went.
said his name, might as well just keep saying.
Yeah. I want to say the other two girls' names, but I don't. I don't want to say names. Yeah, they're still they're good friends.
Yeah, don't say nobody's name.
I remember
Why can't we say people's names?
Because that was day one. I got yelled. How many? We had to start all over.
Yeah, but that was a different topic. I'm giving props to people. You know what I mean?
I mean, but still, you don't understand.
Plus, I was a ladies' man in school.
Think about this.
Well, when you're telling fucked up stories about people, you can't drop their name.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear you. Sorry. But think about it like this, and this is all in all seriousness. This is the type of world you just mentioned somebody's name. Somebody has to hear it. Boom, we're sued. Because you said
We're
his
fucking
name-
Crumbs. What are you going to sue from? What are you going to take from us?
Yeah.
What do you want, my Malibu outside? You can have it.
Do you own a house?
No.
Does your wife?
No.
All right.
I do, so
There you go.
let's not get sued.
And we're not an LLC yet, so until we get that.
Well, thanks for telling them
Yeah,
that.
thanks for telling the fucking world now.
Oh, yeah, well, it's too late now. You name
Christ.
names. You name names.
I named one name, though, but he was cool, so he deserves his name out there.
Yeah, but I don't even know if he's still alive. So
Oh,
I can't be.
the guy he was talking about.
No, he was in Rocky 3.
I think he was in Rocky 3. yeah.
Rocky 3. How about that?
Mr. Gray, he actually didn't do nothing wrong. I mean, you give somebody directions on how to build a gun. If they go shoot somebody, it ain't your
A
fault.
guy I know was in Creed that went to
yeah,
Roosevelt. I didn't like this guy, and I was like so happy
What was
to
his
see
name?
in Creed that he got. You know what? I don't. He was. You know what? I'm happy for the guy. He was in Creed. We'll just say that.
You were my homie. I ain't gonna forget about you.
I like seeing you in the movie.
You know what? I just after I said it, I'm like, you know what?
What was the question he asked a question, Rocky.
But there was a guy I know that was in Creed. He was cool.
No, he didn't ask a question. He just
he asked a
said
question.
he just said something.
I'm going to rewatch it tonight.
I seen him about 6 or 7 years ago.
Right.
I seen him walking into Wawa, and I stopped him. I was like, "Hey, Mr. Gratz." He turned, and I was like, "Remember me?" He was like, "Ah, yeah." I told him my name, and he was like, "Ah, how are you?" And all that shit. And then he started crying.
We're only one of few white kids in class. He had to remember you.
Yeah.
He would remember me if I talked to him.
Oh, you're just fucking Mr. Special. Everybody remembers you, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean, how many kids did he do that for? Did he give them
A lot.
Oh,
A lot.
Yeah. You just crushed Chris's dreams over there. Just ruined his fucking
how many
day.
white kids?
Probably every one of them.
How about pissing?
How about it?
I do it all the time.
Every day.
I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. Okay, so if I piss, right? Say I'm at work and I piss. If I go through the fly, through the hole and piss, no problem. But I bought these new pants, right, that don't have a fly on them. They're kind of
They're
like
ladies' pants, bro.
Yeah.
they got a drawstring on them, right? So I got to go over the fence, right? But when I go over the fence, when I'm done pissing, it's like a false done pissing.
You're not pulling down for it.
And then once I flop my bird back in, trickle comes out, and I got piss on my fucking leg.
It's the worst.
That's the worst, especially when it's cold out. Hot piss, cold leg.
What a crumb.
Yeah.
Is it an old thing or is it the direction my bird's at?
It's you bought maternity pants.
Yeah. First off, you have to
cold.
listen.
Bought them with cold cash.
I'm not talking. Take them down to the ankles, but you're gonna have to pull them down a little bit.
Shout out to.
You guys don't pull your pants down at the urinal to your ankles?
I know some people at my
I've
job
seen
that
that.
have done that, and they're all the way down.
Speaking of that, why do we have urinals? What do you guys like urinals? You prefer a urinal over a toilet?
Yeah.
You're user fucking crumbs. Let me tell you why.
How else am I supposed to check out all the guys watching?
Just asking what time it is. Look, I'm gonna list like 3 bad cons why urinals should be outlaws. Okay, number 1, the splash. You can't piss in that thing without some kind of splashback on you.
I don't think you're using it right, but go ahead.
That's 1. Okay. 2. Yeah, you got bird watchers, right?
Shout out to him.
What was my third one?
John James Audubon.
Yeah, but why can't we just piss in the toilet?
Oh, well, here, I'll tell you why. First off, you're not cleaning that shit up because I guarantee you're not perfect with the toilet ink.
In a bowl? I got bullseye, dead eye.
I'm thinking if afterwards there's splash.
There might be some drips.
So some janitor's got to come wipe all that shit all over the place.
What about you see a urinal?
And the urinal, but the urinal, it's a quick spray,
but there's puddles on the floor.
That's you get a mop. You know what I mean, you mop the floor. But what I'm saying is, where are you aiming in this urinal? Like, you can't aim straight on. You got to go down into the holes. There's
No, I'm
holes.
sorry, my little guy doesn't hang that way.
He said last week he has a strong stream.
Right, but he said.
But ever since the vasectomy, it's a soft stream.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
the doctor fucked me up.
I'm 100% in the urinal game.
I mean, I think I got a thick urethra. I think my hole's pretty thick.
It's good.
So the stream is good. I know after you rub one out, that first pitch is like a cannonball coming out of there. Like whatever leftover stuff's in there, it's like,
but
it feels good, man.
So you
when
don't
that leftover
go to
stuff comes out of there first, and it's like the pee stream is cleaning the urethra out.
Yeah, it's
you know
important.
What I mean?
You don't go to a urinal. So if we're
I go to urinals, but I'm going to stop. I'm going to start walking to the stalls. I mean, the stalls and pissing.
And you
in the
better
toilets.
sit down, Pete, because
Well, if you're only pissing, you use the urinal. Because
But I
what
think
if
we should-
somebody comes in there and has to shit, and now you're in there just pissing away.
Yeah, but I'm going to be 3
They
seconds
can't
pissing.
shit in the urinal.
Maybe 10 seconds.
so you don't feel like
it's a
there's any
space thing.
splash from the toilet. I mean,
No, it's going into water. There's water in there.
it's still splash back. There's water in the urinal. There should be water in the urinal.
Not
A
the-
little bit.
There's urinal
Little
kinks.
bit.
I like when there's ice in it. And then
Yeah,
you
the
pee on
Eagles
the
used to
ice.
do that. The Eagles used to
Pee on the ice and watch it. Speaking of the Eagles, not the football team, the social clubs.
Right.
That
10-1 though.
That has to be
Go Birds.
the Crumb headquarters of every town.
The Eagles?
The Eagles.
The
Yeah.
Orioles being like a second.
Are they even around anymore?
Yeah.
They are.
Are they open? The Orioles?
Last time I know, last time I
Yeah, they
knew,
were on,
around the corner
Cherry
from
Street.
around the corner, they're
Yeah.
still there. They redid the building and everything.
Yeah. I like that bar better than the Eagles. I
I
thought it
actually
was
know
cool.
somebody who's a member there.
Yeah. I was a member. of the
I haven't
Eagles.
seen him in years, but I'll have to, if I ever see him, I'll ask him.
We're still members down the.
No, I got flagged. I'm not out in there no more. That was years ago, though.
Yeah, we're all allowed.
I used
in
these
there.
lucky fists on somebody in there. Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Five knuckle shuffle
was her
in
name?
the bathroom.
Was it the girl that
She wouldn't shut up, right?
Was it the girl that choked you?
We became friends, though. I seen that girl later at Papa Guido's. And she remembered me. Had a good talk, conversation.
Hey, remember I choked your bitch ass out?
Yeah. She was real rough, too. Grabbed me by the shoulders, shook me around.
Well,
I'm not a little guy, either.
When you seen her at
Yeah,
Papa
Papa Guido's, yeah.
And then she walked through there. He was like, I beat that motherfucker up in high school.
I like seeing people that I went to school with, and they're like happy to see you when you see you.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
feeling, you know what I mean? And, you get to see how they're doing, It's sad when you see people that aren't doing that great and stuff, but
I don't.
that's life. Not everybody can do great.
Anymore, I don't prefer to see people.
No?
Like, I don't like to stop and chat, like Larry.
Yeah.
Stop and chat. Like,
I
I'll walk
hear
right, and people have done it to me, and I actually originally you think like it's kind of fucked. Like they're just like, yo, you haven't seen him in years. They're like, yo, what's up, man? And they keep it moving, and maybe for a split second, you're like, oh man, I'd like to see it, but you appreciate it because you're like, you know what? It's gonna go through the whole bullshit cliche, like, oh, we should get together. You're not gonna
Yeah.
get together.
Let me get your number.
Let me get your number. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
I like the yo. What's going on?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Shout out to all them cookouts when the weather breaks.
Yeah.
What about the time when you went to school with somebody that you knew in school, maybe not friends with, but like you were cool with them, you know what I mean? And like you see them like at a Walmart, right? And they look at you and you give them a look, and they seen you and they know who you are, you know who they are, but you don't say nothing. Are you one of the people that could go up like, yo, what's up, man?
It depends on who you are. Most of the time, no. Because, like I said, then it starts in with the whole thing, and I ain't got most of the time. I don't have time for the.
What the fuck are you doing? You're so busy.
It's a businessman over here.
I got things going on.
Like what? What's so important that you can't talk to an old classmate that actually seen you? Said, maybe he's going to talk to me.
But why would?
Why
I
can't
want
you
to?
be the bigger man, Chris?
Why would I want to? I talk to people all day that don't want to talk to me.
Yeah, but that's assholes at work. And nobody wants to talk to
him
assholes.
anyway.
I talk to them anyway. They know. They shout out to work. But those guys, that's different. But if I see somebody in Walmart, I haven't seen them in years, went to school with them. I have done that. I've looked and I'm like,
Yeah, I've done it
I'm
too.
like, oh, check that out. Look, check that out. And then I just keep it moving. Because then, and plus, It's just a matter of, like I said, I don't want to start the whole cliche bullshit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I've stood near people in stores that I went to like 8th grade with or something, and I haven't seen them since, and I didn't like them back then.
Yeah, well, that's different.
And
You
I
don't like them.
recognize-
That's different.
I don't like nobody.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't friends with
Like
them, but
me.
They were like in my class, but I never said one word to them. They never said one word to me. But I know they know me, and I know they knew me, and I know them. But I'm just same shit as him. Like,
Oh, well, if you ain't talking to
Yeah,
me
fuck
back
them
then,
people.
don't
I'm
talk
not
to
talking
me.
about them people. I'm talking about somebody you actually would talk to in school. Maybe not hung out with school, but talk to in school.
There's certain exceptions, like
I dig what you're saying. There's
Like-
levels to shit.
Yeah.
like guy I knew him since 2nd grade. Lost track of him for a long time, and then he somehow came up, I guess, on Facebook, and then I actually called him up to play on my brother's softball team, and he's a, like that's kind of shit, but like just random people, no.
Yeah.
I don't need any new friends or old new friends.
Yeah, I don't like the whole new friend bit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you can do something for me, then we'll talk. But other than that, I don't want to. I don't have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Richie Aprile, let me know if you can do something for me.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah. You're rich. Maybe you got this thing going on. Maybe you want to invest.
Maybe you want to invest in a podcast or something.
Yeah, maybe.
You guys scared of getting old?
Nah.
Like we're 40s, right now. Some a little older, some a little younger. But you're not scared of like, how am I saying? I say old timers, but it's not that. I know it's not that.
Yeah. Alzheimer's.
That
we understand.
But you see, that's when I got in an argument with my wife about like, you're not saying it right, but you know what I'm saying, so I'm right. But anyway, you're not scared of getting that?
It'll give me a chance to meet new people every day.
Or getting dementia?
Yeah.
Or talking to yourself? You ever see the old guy at work that
I do
talks
that
to himself?
anyway. I actually catch myself doing
Talking-
that because I get so angry and I'm like,
I think the difference between talking to yourself, as long as you don't answer yourself,
well, that's what
you're
they
cool.
Said. That's what they said.
Well, you're answering yourself in your head,
Yeah, but if you're like,
in your subconscious.
what the fuck is wrong with this asshole? And you're like, well, I don't know, but you know, like, if you're doing that shit.
Yeah.
The only weird, like, I guess I was trying to be, like, I was in a car and I was laughing. And I told my cousins, like, what are you laughing about? I'm like, I was daydreaming about being on Jeopardy and somebody said something funny.
You daydream about Jeopardy?
But it was in my own head, so I was like, but I thought it was hilarious, whatever the guy was saying. And it was, like, kind of weird, I guess, but that's... So I embrace Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
See, not me, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's
Or
sad.
I'm going to
It's very
pretend like I
sad.
got it.
I mean, I'm not scared to go like, oh no, it's just sad, man.
Yeah,
Somebody's
it
got
is
to take
sad.
care of
Nah,
you.
I
Somebody's
mean,
got to wipe your ass. Somebody's got to.
Did you watch a video where
Sounds like a good time to me.
some like old lady is sitting there and
Well, as you know, I'm a big TikTok guy. and
I seen that.
this
video
one
on
guy,
YouTube or on Reddit.
he films his father who has it, and he's not doing it to make fun of his father. He's like kind of making like a documentary thing, but it's like it's sad, man. Like he has his dad living with him. He's like, hey, dad, like. He's like, where's my money? He's like, you got money, Dad, don't worry. But it's like sad. Like, I feel like you shouldn't be doing that to your dad.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, buddy?
One of my neighbors had it. She was the sweetest old lady in the world, lived behind me, right? She would come down when she'd see me out there and hang out and talk. I don't know why that she had this connection with me, but she remembered.
Maybe she thought you were hot.
She did. She would tell me that all the time, joking around.
Wanted to get in your pants.
But
How old of a broad are we talking here?
She was in her late 80s, early 90s or whatever.
You think she was a peach when she was younger?
I don't know.
Sometimes you can look at an older broad and say, yeah, she was a good-looking broad, I bet, when she was younger.
But she remembered me. Name, everything. Didn't remember nobody else. She would be surprised that they were my kids every time she would beat my kids again. You know what I mean?
She remember your kids?
Nope.
No?
I met her like
remembered
3 or
me.
4 times.
I had to
Probably
go with
did
my
too.
uncle to the doctor, and because he needed help, so I brought him in. And they were like, well, you have cancer and Alzheimer's. He's like, well, at least I don't have cancer. Anyway, you're bringing me down here, guy.
Yeah.
Bringing me down.
I'm just saying, I'm changing my deodorant because of that.
No joke. Like the first time my grandmother,
Aluminum gives you Alzheimer's.
The first time my grandmother,
I'm changing it. I was a degree man
That's
for
why
4
I
years.
stopped making my own tinfoil pipes.
right. But like the first time I saw my grandmother and I brought my kid in and hugged her, and then I'm talking and she's like, "Who are you?" And that was sad.
Your grandma?
That really fucked me up.
Your grandma? That's what I'm talking about.
That fucked me up. Thanks for fucking.
So now
show's
you're
over.
telling me right now you're not scared of getting that way?
Now look, I told you about that lady, but I've met 3 different people that had that, and every one of them remembered me. Like, didn't even remember their own family.
I wonder what
Like,
it is.
If I
even
talk to her
family
for a
them.
little bit, I haven't seen her in a while. I feel really bad because I have to go. I have to go see her, but it's sad. It's like not cool.
She's still living?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
like
okay.
90 fucking 4.
Man, God
93.
bless her. That's a long life, man. 94.
And
that means I actually am middle aged then.
but yeah, well, she's like everybody's dead except for my Aunt Patty.
See, that's what I don't want. I don't want to outlive everybody. I don't want to watch people die and all that extra.
Her son, her daughter, her husband.
I don't want to
mom,
be
sister,
90-some years
everybody.
old and just be wasting away in some shithole room somewhere that nobody gives a shit about me about.
That's why I said to my kid, like, you better take care of me when I'm older.
All right, folks.
Yeah, let's end it on a downer here.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
I just said, I wonder if you guys was worried about you.
I wasn't.
Other level.
I wasn't
Hell
until
yeah,
5 minutes ago.
That's what. Change your deodorant. Change your deodorant. If it has aluminum, don't use. I've been a degree user for 40-some years. I'm changing. After these, we stock up. We go to BJ's. After
You were wearing deodorant at 6 years old?
Yeah, no. I actually started with Arid Extra Dry from Woolworths.
Well, because you're a heavy kid, big fat kid, so you had to like.
He wasn't even.
Yeah, I was fat. I'm still fat.
I was fat. I was a fat kid. I got pictures on like.
When you were little, you weren't fat.
No, early teens I started getting fat.
Like,
Really. I had
when he was like,
But I was
fucking
all,
9,
I was skinny
10
with
years
a
old,
big
he
head
wasn't
and buck
fat.
teeth. So,
Look at you now.
yeah, I'm a handsome little fat guy.
That's right. All right.
All right, folks.
That's it?
That's it for the episode.
That's it? Jesus, that was quick.
You can check the 3 of us out. Boom, boom, boom.
Fun.
Up at Soldo's Open Mic Night on Tuesdays. If you're in the Southeast PA area,
We got a
Jerry
good
Joe.
R8 coming.
Jerry Joe Pesci's on Facebook. So check us out.
See you next Tuesday at Soul Joel's.
All right. And see you next week on The Crumb Show.
Should we just stare at the camera?
I just wanted to see how long you guys.